Hi guys, welcome to Java Puzzle. Today in this video we are going to talk about generic in Java. Generic can be super confusing the first time you see them with all the T's and question mark and angle bracket and K's and V's, but after this video you will know exactly what generics are, why they exist, why they are useful, and how you can use them in your own program. So let's get started. So first, to have a good understanding of what generic do and why they exist, so let me introduce Java. Generic programming is introduced in J2SE5 to deal with type-safe objects. It makes the code stable by detecting the bug at compile time. Before generic, we can store any type of object in the collections. Now, generic force the Java programmer to store a specific type of object. Generally, Java generic provide a three advantages. First one is a type safety. So in the type safety, we can hold only a single type of object in generic. It doesn't allow to store other objects. Without generic, we can store any type of object. So let's see the example. Let me create a list without a generic. New array list. So here, as you can see here, I can add the integer type here, and you can store the string type of object also. But after generic, it required us to use, like I'm using the integer type of object. So now it forced me to add only integer type of values. So I can add number 10, but if I will try to add a string here, it gave me a compile time error. So this is the first advantage, type safety. So generic provide a type safety. Another advantage is type casting is not required. So like in this first program, if I will try to fetch the data of, let's suppose, a string s is equal to list dot get 1. So here I have to cast this object to string, right? But after generic, if I want to fetch the data, I will use integer I is equal to number dot get 0. So I don't need to typecast here. So this is the second advantage. Third one is a compile time checking. It is checked at the compile time, so problem will not occur at runtime. The good programming strategy say it is far better to handle the problem at compile time than the runtime. So as I told you, like if I will try to add the string here, so it will show me the error like change variable number type to list string or integer dot value of. So it gave me a compile time error. So these are the three advantages. Let's see some more advantages, like let me clear this, and let's suppose I create a one class print integer And here I'm just creating one variable integer int value and create one constructor public print integer of integer int integer value, and this dot int value is equal to value. And then I'm creating one function like public void show, and here I'm just print out this int value. So this is my print integer where I created one variable int value of the integer type, then I create one constructor, then I create one function show where I print the value of the int value. So go back in the generic example and let's suppose print integer is equal to new print integer, and here I'm just passing 25 and print integer dot show, and if I will run this program, so I am able to see it print 25. Pretty simple, isn't it? But what if we wanted to do exactly same thing for the double? So I'm just copy this class, paste here, and I'm creating one more class for the double, and I have to change it to double value, change it to double, yeah, it's correct. Now make it to double here, just copy this double value here and print. Now in the generic example, if I want to print the double, so print double is equal to new print double, and I'm just passing 25.5 and print double dot show, and let me comment this line, and if I will run this, so now I'm able to see the value, right? But what if we now want a class that will do exactly the same thing but work for string? Well, what we have to do, we know that we just copy this and make one class print string and make the respective changes. String change here, string value, just copy it, paste here, string, and make it string. So now I'm able to create a third class also here, but now we have three completely separated versions of the same kind of class, and you can start to see the problem. We would need a whole other class if we wanted to do this with float or custom class like employees or whatever type of object that we wanted to print. So we had ended up with ton of code duplication, and this is with a really simple class. If you had a more complicated class, and code duplication would be even worse. Well, That is where generic comes in. Generic offer you to the ability to have one class like this that is flexible for many different types. So let's go back to original print integer class and change here, remove it, make it a print, and here I'm just using t or whatever. If you want to add something else like Java puzzle, you can do same, but as the standard we are using the t here. Make it add a t here, change the constructor name, make here t. Now we created one generic class, custom class print, so we don't need this print double. We can remove this. So what we have to do now, we have to call this print, and if we want to use the integer, so we will just pass here integer, and here and here we just have to pass 57, and now we are able to call print dot show. If I will run this, as we can see, we are able to see the value. Let's suppose I just want to use for the string also, so make it a string, add here Java puzzle. So output you are able to see the Java puzzle. Same for the float, you have to just pass float 25.3 f, and if I will run this, so you are able to see the value. So now one more thing, like generic is not working with primitive type. Like if I will pass here int, so it will not work here. It will work with a custom class or wrapper class. So as you can see that a class that can refer to any type is known as generic class. So as you can see, the type parameter, the naming convention are important. So T is stand for the type, E stand for the element, K stand for the key, N stand for the number, V stand for the value. Like the generic class, we can create a generic method that can accept any type of argument. Here the scope of argument is limited to the method. Where it is declared, it allow static as well as non-static method also. So let's see a simple example of Java generic method to print array element, and here we will using E to denote the element. So let's see, I'm just creating one more class, generic method example. So here I'm just creating one static method, public static void print array, and here I'm just passing E as an element and with the array, element of array. So elements, and we have to pass here or generic of E, and inside it I'm just using the for each and print out these elements. Okay, now create a main method and let's suppose I'm just creating an array of integer, and let me pass here some integer value 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, right? And I'm just creating one character of array, so character of array, and let me create array. So I created two array, integer of array and character of array. Now, so if I will run this program, it is an object of integer, same like it is an object of character. So now let's move in the wildcard in Java generic. So the question mark symbol represent the wildcard element. It means any types. If we write angle bracket question mark extend number, it means any child class of number like integer, float and double. Now we can call the method of number class through any child class object. We can use a wildcard as a type of parameter, field, return type or local variable. However, it is not allowed to use a wildcard as a type argument for a generic method, a generic class instance or a super type. So let's create generic wildcard example. Shape, and it would be abstract class, and here I'm just making one method abstract void draw. Let me create one class rectangle which extends a class shape. So I have to implement the method draw, and here I'm just print out that drawing rectangle. Same like, let me create one more class called circle and extends shape, and implement again the method draw, and print here drawing circle, right? Let's go in the generic wild class, and here I'm just creating one function, public static void draw shape, and here what I'm doing here, I'm just using the list, and here using the wildcard question mark. Let me import first. Wildcard, and here you can use extends shape. So whatever the we can use the type of class which are extending the shape class. that parameter we will pass in this draw shape method. List, and here I'm just using the for loop shape and print here as dot shape dot draw. Okay, and let's create a main method here and correct. Same like I'm just creating one more list of circle. Same, I'm creating one more. So now draw shape is accept the list of rectangle and list of circle, because these both class are extending the shape class. That's why if I will try to use like any other, let's suppose if I will remove this extend and override also here, so you will see in the wildcard, you will see here it will throw some error in the circle. Now it's not recognized because we are already past that wildcard is only used those class which are extended by the shape. If I will remove this, then this list circle is we can use it, right? Just extend here, change back here. So now if I will run this program, and you will see the output here. You can see like drawing rectangle, drawing circle and drawing circle. Now let's talk about upper bound wildcard. So the purpose of upper bounded wildcard is to decrease the restriction on a variable. It restricts the unknown type to be specific type or a subtype of that type. It is confusing, but I will show you the example also. So it is used by declaring wildcard character followed by the extends or implements in case of interface. Generic upper bounded wildcard example. And in this class I'm just creating one private. Let's me create a private method which extends number. Now I'm just adding double sum 0.0. So now we created here. Now let's create a main method, and here I'm just creating a list of integer, and I'm just calling shout addition. Same like I'm just creating one more list. Let me copy, print the double array list here. Addition of integers, addition of doubles. So if I will run this program, output of 30.0 and 31.1. So now we are able to sum of integer array and double array with creating a single function. So this is the upper bounded wildcard. Now let's see the unbounded wildcard. The unbounded wildcard type represent the list of an unknown type, such as list without any extent. So this approach can be useful in following scenario. So let's suppose when the given method is implemented by using the functionality provided in the object class. Second one, when the generic class contains the method that doesn't depend on the type of parameter. So let me show you one more example on the unbounded. So generic unbounded wild card example. So here I'm just creating one like static void display. I'm just using wildcard of the array list here, and here inside the main method let me create one array of the integer, display the integer value, and call this method display and pass this list. So it's not showing any error because we are using only wildcard, which is and here we are iterate the object class, and object is a main class and every class is extended in the object class. Same like let me create of one more list of a string, and if I will run this, so you will see the display the integer value and display the string value. Then after there is one more with, and last one is a lower bounded wildcard. The purpose of lower bounded wildcard is to restrict the unknown type to be a specific type or a super type of that type. So suppose we want to write the method for the list of integer and its super type like number object. Using list with wildcard and super keyword with integer is suitable for a list of type integer or any of its superclasses, whereas list of integer work with the list of type of integer only. So list with super keyword with wildcard is less restrictive than list of integer. So let me create one more class is generic lower bounded wildcard example, and here I will create one more static method, but here we will use list of wildcard with super. Here what we have to do, we will use the object, and here just print and in the main arrays dot as list, right? and I'm just using add number and pass this list, right? Same like we can do the same thing and list, and if I will run this, so you will see the integer value is printed here and number value is also printed. So you see that the wildcard and the T, how we will use this. So this is the generic. If you have any questions on the generic or any other topic, please comment below, and if you like this video, please like, share with your friends and subscribe my channel, and please press the bell icon for the latest video. Thank you.